The member's time has expired. I give the call to the member for Hasluck.
Deputy Speaker, like my colleagues, I thank the opposition for raising this question. It's almost a Dorothy Dixer, because the cost of living pressures for Australian households and families is what this government is focused on. But the member for Jagga raised a couple of interesting points. She said, take a sledgehammer to the budget. When you think about this statement from Wayne Swan earlier, he said the government shouldn't be chasing the same resources of the private sector. They would only add to price pressures and ultimately feed through to the cost of living in Australian households. But what is more important is Labor converted the record surpluses of the Howard government into record deficits. Labor delivered around a $200 billion of deficits, with $123 million of deficits to come. Labor promised a surplus in 2012-13 and over 500 occasions, but they delivered, and what they delivered were yet more deficits. Currently, government bills exceed income by over $100 million a day. So you do have to take a sledgehammer at times to a budget that we cannot continue to live beyond our means. We are in this problem because Labor wouldn't stop spending. They even tried to lock in billions of dollars of new spending earmarked for years after they left office. The International Monetary Fund recently confirmed that for the 6-year period from 2012 to 2018, Australia was forecast to have the largest percentage increase in spending of the 17 IMF advanced economies profiled. But the other thing too that's interesting, it was interesting listening to the member for Jagga talking about the impact on families. But Labor did not consider single mothers who were moved from pensions that gave them an income to Newstart. You left them in poverty. So don't come into the chamber and be hypocritical in that sense. And it's good to hear from you, member for Adelaide, because at least you're contributing to the conversation for a change. We're keeping parents' costs down and putting money in their pockets through our family package, which will be released in the coming months. As a strong, stable government, we're delivering a small business company tax cut as part of our small business and jobs package. We're improving oversight of rules about foreign investment in our agricultural land and residential homes. As a strong government, under the coalition government, Australia's retail trade numbers have risen month after month since mid-2014 to be up 4.1% through the year. Building approvals are up 8.8% on a year ago. Job ads, as measured by the ANZ Bank, are at their highest for more than 2 years. We are opening up new markets through free trade agreements with Korea, Japan and China. Perhaps those opposite would like to hear again what this means to those who elected this government in the 2013 election. It means that a young person today has more of a chance of getting a job when they finish school or university. It is easier for that young person to upskill and to move into an even better job. It's easier for them to fill up their car with petrol and to stock their fridge with food. This government's stability has created an opportunity for a young person to save for a house or for their overseas holiday. It'll be easier for them to contemplate starting their own businesses, member for Chifley. It'll also be easier for them to attract foreign investment into that business. Their businesses will be able to employ and train others. They're able to access financial advice that's sound, not that leads to them going astray. Their parents should be able to afford aged care that's close to their home. Going to the doctor or to see a specialist won't be a hassle for them. Down the track, it'll be easier for them to get affordable childcare for their children. Their children will enter a world-class school system, a world-class higher education system, and the cycle will begin again. Deputy Speaker, a strong government is important, and this coalition government is focusing on what is needed for families. I can't pretend it's all economic roses at this point. This time, for 2 years ago, our economy was in the shaky hands of some of those opposite, and we haven't yet plucked out all of the policy weeds that still remain from the work and the programs and initiatives that they put into place. On this side, we respect the taxpayer. We don't take our stewardship of the public dollar lightly. Today we are committed to reviewing the social security system. This government will focus on families, focus on the economy and focus on a better future for all Australians to ensure that they have the life they expect.